Hi, everyone. Have you ever met someone and thought, why is this relationship so difficult? And maybe you've been told, oh, you must have known each other in a past life. But is this always true? Today, let's explore what the Akashic Records actually reveal about different relationships and why the answer is more nuanced than many people realize. I'm Diane G. I'm an Akashic Records reader and an emotional energy healer, and this is Soul Cloud. Hello and welcome everyone to another episode of Soul Cloud. If it's your first time here, hello and welcome. Soul Cloud is a show where we talk about spiritual concepts, the Akashic records, and questions that people often ask about them. I want to say hi to the people who are here. I very much appreciate you all being here. Oops, there we go. Hello to Maria Scorpio, who has a question. If you have a question, the magical keyword for today is. Oh, hold on. I think I have mistyped. There we go. Is hashtag ask. I have mistyped the banner. Ta-da! Okay. Please type in hashtag ask to enter the draw for a reading. Um, if it's your first time here, during the first part of the show, we talk about the spiritual concepts or questions. And during the second part of the show, we do Akashic Records readings or energy clearings. Um, so, yeah, if you're interested in getting a mini reading or a mini clearing, type in the hashtag ask. Um, Leah is here who is saying, thank you. The topic tonight is great. Your particular insights can help us greatly learn what may have never occurred to us. Thank you for that, Leah. And Nalani is here. Kiara Jade is here. Jax is here. Jax, our amazing mod. I hope you're doing well and recovering well. And Erin O'Nugent is here. And Tina Babina is here as well. Hi, Tina. Nancy Ray is here. Hello. Hello, Nancy. Annie Bear is here. Hi, Annie. We had a wonderful conversation last week about light language. So if you haven't watched that yet, the details and the videos are up in both of our channels. Please do check those out. Oh, and Lily is here, and Callie is here. Hello, Callie and Lily. And Mary, Mystical Signatures, is here. Hi, Mary. And Four is here. Hi, Four. Thank you all for being here. Ah, Annie Mary is so sleepy today. I'm kind of sleepy too. It's like 5 a.m. here. And Aldwin Walker is here. Hi, Aldwin Walker. Violets for Roses. Stephanie's here. Hi, Stephanie. And Mary Kay Lim. And Janet is here. Bora Bora. Hi, Janet. And Cindy Shea is here. Hi, Cindy. Okay. So many of us. Oops. There we go. Many of us usually have this question whenever we meet someone who is new, or when we have someone in our lives who we label as difficult, or we feel like it's just a complicated relationship with them. I don't know in the chat if you guys have people like that, probably, but let me know. Let me know in the chat if you do have those people and if a certain person popped in your mind. And also, if you're watching the replay, please type it in the comments. The conversations here are timeless. So, yeah, you can participate in the comments as well to the people in the future. Annie is saying, I have one or two. And Mangled Unicorn is saying, yes. So a lot of us have experienced complicated or difficult relationships. And one of the things that a lot of people say whenever that happens is that, oh, you must have had a past life with this person. But from my experience as an Akashic Records reader, this is kind of a misconception. So let's break the myth a bit that the difficult relationships in your lives uh, are people you've had past lives with. Um, yeah, we immediately attribute difficult relationships to past lives. Um, but this isn't the only explanation why that is. And I've asked the Akashic Records about this a lot of times. Like, did this person have a past life with this or me? Or, yeah. And the answers actually surprised me because it's not. It doesn't necessarily mean that people in your life you have difficult relationships are people you have had past lives with. Some of them are people you just met in your current lifetime, believe it or not. Um, but what I've noticed, okay, sorry, a comment caught my eye, which is from Violets for Roses Stephanie saying, "Is it even human experience without the difficult relationships?" LOL. Right? It's part of the human experience. Relationships is what make us grow, or one of the things that make us grow is experiencing relationships with people because they test us in so many ways. But it's those challenges and tests that kind of make us grow as souls and make us learn soul lessons even faster. And Kiara Jade is asking, does a mother son relationship count? Yes. In this conversation, we aren't just talking about, romantic relationships. Although, whenever we say relationships, a lot of people often associate it with romantic relationships, but I'm not talking about that. So, thank you for this question. We were able to clarify that. Yeah. And Annie Bear is saying, those can be so difficult, especially when sons are young. Yes, exactly. And LCGC is saying I just left a relationship that was toxic, dangerous, painful, that accelerated my spiritual growth. I had at least two spiritual awakenings. I have learned so much and so grateful. That's amazing, LCGs. That you are able to look back into it and see it with the lens of gratitude that this might have been a painful experience, but it also helped me grow. That's amazing. And I wish you all the best. And yes, Jax, there's a lot of unhealed trauma happening. So, when there is a past life connection between two people who are in a relationship, and again, it doesn't mean, I don't mean a romantic relationship necessarily. It can be a relationship between friends or within family. But when there is a past life connection, what I've learned from the Akashic Records is that there are repeated relationship dynamics between people. Like when someone is a mentor and a student, it kind of repeats. And sometimes it not only repeats, but they also switch roles. Sometimes the mentor becomes the mentee or the student, and the student becomes the mentor. Or mother and son or mother and daughter, sometimes they also reverse, but the dynamics remain the same. Like the challenges that people experience, they kind of repeat as well. Um, there are recurring emotional themes, promises, or contracts that become opportunities for healing. Um, so rather than focusing on who did what during, for those we've had past life connections with, whenever we go into the records for those cases, we ask or we try to understand what the soul is learning. But yeah, for People or relationships where there are past life connections, keep in mind the relationship or the relationship dynamics, they remain similar, very similar. Like if someone was naughty in a previous life, chances are they are still naughty here. And so the qualities that you have as a person back then, while it changes a bit, the core, the core soul of that person is still the same. So there are repeated dynamics. But when there isn't a past life connection, and I said before that this is possible, when there isn't a past life connection, sometimes they still struggle, and people might wonder, hey, why? They didn't have any history together, so why are they still struggling to be together or to have a relationship together? Because, and this is again something that I learned from the records, because every soul carries a unique signature. We carry a vibration within us. Um, each person also incarnates with beliefs, with emotional wounds, with fears, with expectations, with different communication styles. And we also arrive here with different life lessons and even soul lessons. And sometimes, even though you don't have any history with the person, they don't complement each other, or we don't complement them, they don't complement us. Sometimes we just clash. So we don't have to have a past life relationship with someone for us to have a difficult relationship with them. Um, the records help us understand who each person is today, not just who they once were. So, with regards to the question that can the Akashic Records help us explain or understand difficult relationships, the answer is yes. But maybe it's just not the way you expected. Because again, yeah, it's common misconception that people think, hey, if I'm in a difficult relationship, I must have had a past life with them. That's again not necessarily the case. So whenever we go into the Akashic Records or ask an Akashic Records reader, if we're very much interested in a relationship or relationship dynamic that we have with a person or people, instead of asking what terrible thing happened between me and this person in the past for us to have this kind of relationship, well, sometimes that helps to understand the circumstances of why you have a conflict today. But we might also ask, what is this relationship trying to teach me as a soul? Why does this person trigger me? Like, what did I experience as a soul that makes me triggered by this person's behaviors? Another question that we might ask is, what pattern am I being invited to notice with this relationship that I have right now? Is there something that I'm ready to release? So, those are the questions that we might ask the Akashic Records if we're interested in relationships. So, it kind of shifts the focus between the other person to something that is more of our own opportunity to grow. So again, uh, oops, my screen has gone dark. Can you guys still hear me? Hello? Okay, I'm going to come back just in case you can't hear me. There we go. Am I back or hold on? I have been having technical difficulties with SmeArt this month. So thank you everyone for your patience. Hello, everyone. My apologies for the technical difficulties again. I've been having issues with StreamYard and my computer, but I logged out and logged back in. I hope that all is well. Thank you so much for your patience, everyone. So, as I was saying, a difficult relationship doesn't automatically mean unfinished business with the person. Um, and an easy relationship doesn't necessarily mean that we've shared many lifetimes. The Akashic Records, they invite us to move beyond these labels toward more of an understanding, more of an understanding of ourselves, and more of an understanding of the other person as well. Whether a relationship began centuries ago or maybe even yesterday, every encounter has the potential to teach us something about ourselves, about others, and about the evolution of our souls. So I hope this helps everyone. And thank you so much for for coming to my TED Talk. And again, for the second part of the show, we're doing oops, Akashic Records readings. So if you are interested in getting a mini reading, please type in hashtag ask. I will be drawing for people to read for in a few minutes. Huh, there we go. Okay. So, with that said, I'm going to open the Akashic Records. Let's take a deep centering breath, everyone. A of love and light can earn the sacred space for the highest good of this group, consisting of myself, those who are watching right now, those who will join us later, and those who will watch the replay. All other energies must leave now. All other energies must leave now. All other energies must leave now. Now I call in the highest level of the divine that knows that love is the power and the truth from which we read our highest level guides and angels to help us with this reading. Archangel Michael and Archangel Metatron, please hold the sacred space. To acknowledge forces looking for guidance, direction, and courage to know the truth as it is revealed for our highest good, the highest good of all, and the most benevolent outcome. Akashic Records Master, Spirit Guides, and Angels, please let us know this group in the light of the Akashic Records and enable us to share the wisdom and compassion that the masters, teachers, and loved ones have for us. The records are now open. Hi, everyone. Is it still a bit choppy? For my end, kind of choppy. I think it's StreamYard. I'm not sure. Okay, let me just see this one. Oh, again, the magical keyword for today is hashtag ask. So if you haven't typed that yet, please type it in. That's odd. The giveaway tool is not showing. Come on. Oh, it's not changing for me. Hold on. LCGC about your soul origin. Yes. If your name is John, you can ask any Akashic Records question or make a clearing request. I am just checking my phone what this looks like because on my end, looks weird. Like, it's not loading. My layouts are not. That should be okay. I'm going to go out for 1 second and log back in and see if that fixes the issue. But I'll be right back, everyone. Okay. Ah, there we go. But now I have to reload or reshare my screen. Hold on, everyone. Yes, Leah, may the internet gods and goddesses help us. You guys are funny. Okay, it's crispier. Great. Add. Hmm, why? I have just added it and now it got removed. Okay. And we're saying we will make funny puns while you pick at random. Okay. Uh-oh. That's odd. That it isn't showing when it's already shared. But what I'm gonna do is I'm going to spin it. I hope that you guys trust me. I hope that you guys trust me on this. I'm not cheating, even though I might draw my name because I'm just very lucky like that. The layouts again are not working. StreamYard, StreamYard. Oh, there we go. After 10 years. Loki, get out of the Yen's computer. Yes, please. Okay. Yay. Even the music isn't working. But I'm just going to draw. Now it's gone. Okay, the first winner is Terry Joyful or Teresa. Congratulations, and please type in your question. Again, that's Terry Joyful. Um, please type in your question. And next person, we have Nancy Ray, 17. Congratulations, Nancy. And Nancy, please type in your question. I'm going to type it in the chat as well, since it's not showing. Batul, congratulations, Batul, and please type in your question. Again, we're doing Akashic Records readings or energy clearings. And last for this round, we have uh, Rush. Rush one. Congratulations, Rush. And please type in your question. Joyful, Nancy Ray 17, Batul, and Rush. Okay. Please give me a second while this loads. Oh, even the comments aren't loading for me. Thank you for the people who are sending Reiki, sending Aqua Lead. Uh, I restarted my computer and just backtracking on some of your comments so I can start them. But it's still a bit laggy. It still is laggy. Okay. But I got Nancy Ray's question. System interrupts. Why is system interrupting? I don't get it. Okay. Nancy Ray's question is: did my husband Joe and I have any past lives? Have any past lives together? Uh, uh, he transitioned 6 years ago. Okay, let's ask. Hmm, where's Mjolnir? I might have dropped Mjolnir. Anyway, is saying as soon as I returned, her page reloaded. Okay. I'm going to ask: did Nancy Ray and her husband Joe have any past lives together? I'm getting a yes on this, Nancy. You did have past lives together. Usually, when it's relationships with close family members, we've this our lives with them. But again, not always. For your husband and you, I'm going to look for a past life that you've had together that might be relevant for you to remember or to learn from right now. There you go. Can you hear me? Still lagging and choppy. Okay. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go on my phone, see if it works better than the PC, so I can at least read for the people I drew for. Okay, StreamYard. Anyway, saying let's all go out and come back and maybe reset, and that will help. Be right back. Well, it works on the host on me. It should, but I've already done it and it hasn't. So I'm not quite sure what's wrong. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to. No, I do not have anything that is running in the background right now. That is what is frustrating. It's just Google. Unfortunately, Google. Okay, let's see. But I don't have my stand on. Ah,
There's
there's
two
two
of
of
me.
me.
Okay, hold on. I'm
I'm
just
just
going to
going to
remove
remove
myself
myself.
from here. Okay. Is this better? Yeah, it was an interesting view. Was it Mercury retrograde? I thought it was over. But I'm trying to use my computer for the comments just so I can see them. Because it's hard to see them from my phone. Okay, much better. Thank you so much, Tina. I was reading for Nancy Ray. Nancy, what I got for you was you were actually in a war with your husband where you were both male, but I can't quite get what which war it is. It looks pretty recent. Like World War One. Yeah, I'm getting a yes on World War One. I'm not getting the country. But you were both soldiers during World War One, and you were in the same regiment. Okay, you were like brothers in that lifetime. Like the dynamic between you was your husband was pretty quiet, is what I'm being shown. Uh, at least in that lifetime. But you were together during a lot of battles, and you gained trust with each other. Is what I'm being shown. There's almost like a telepathic communication between you two. Because your husband didn't talk that much in that lifetime, you kind of understood what he was saying while he wasn't saying anything. If that makes sense, Nancy. And please let me know if this is way off. But that's what I'm being shown. In that lifetime, it was more about brotherhood and trust. Okay, what is the significant? Oh, what's the significance of that lifetime? This one for Nancy. Since he has passed, he wants you to remember that he will always have your back. Like in that lifetime that they're showing me, you saw him die. You saw him die, and it's the same right now, where his passing has caused you a lot of grief. What I'm hearing is that even though he has passed on, he's still very much with you. Even though you don't see him, he always has your back. I hope that helps, Nancy. Let me know if that makes sense or not. Yeah, that's what I got for you, Nancy. I hope that helps. And thank you so much for letting me read for you and for your patience. Okay. So I'm trying to check my computer at least for the comments because it's really hard to look for comments on my phone. But I would very much appreciate it if Terry Joyful, Batul, and Rush would retype their questions. I apologize for the technical difficulties, everyone. But I'm trying to scroll up and look for their comments. Okay, so that's Terry Joyful. Terry Joyful, Batul, and Rush 811. But if it is working on my phone, then it's my computer uh, that needs replacing. that needs replacing. Thank you so much for this, Annie Bear. Thank you. Okay, let's see. What did I do on my phone? This is why I don't like using my phone. Uh, let's see. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Oh, Nancy Ray is saying we had more of a brother sister relationship in this lifetime. We are close, not like husband and wife. That's why. Because in that lifetime that they were showing me, you were more like brothers in arms. You were soldiers together. And it was more about your camaraderie and trust. Like it wasn't like you were both guys. It wasn't a romantic relationship in that lifetime either. But there was full trust between you two. So the dynamic here is pretty it's pretty similar, I guess. Oh, okay. Next. And sorry if I'm going out of order, guys. I'm just okay, not you. I'm trying to look for just the recent comments because of the technical difficulties. This is not how we usually operate, but we just need to roll with it, unfortunately, for now. Okay. I'm hearing my own voice echo. How do I mute myself? Since I can't mute myself, I'll just do this. Oh, they're in the other chat. On this one. Fantastic. Okay. Come on, show. Ah, there we go. I figured the phone out. Okay. What is what is the root karmic reason for my difficult family dynamic, and how do I clear the energy to move out smoothly? What is the karmic reason for my difficult family dynamic? Okay. So more of the Batul, can you verify or can you confirm if this is more of a difficult relationship with the mother? Because when I was reading your question, what I felt was more of a female energy. Scroll, scroll, scroll. So yeah, I'm getting more of a female energy. A sister. Okay, so it's with a sister. It's a female energy, is what I was getting. Okay, what's the reason for the difficult relationship with the sister? Is this also connected with the past life that we had, that she had, or they had with the sister? Yes. Okay. This is connected to a past life that you had with your sister, but immediately when I checked it, what I heard was the word jealousy. There was some jealousy involved between you and your sister. Um, I'm seeing a past life somewhere in the Middle East or in no, not Middle East. This is India. They're showing me a past life that you had with your sister in India. Were they sisters as well in that lifetime, masters, or friends? Not friends. Two opposing families. Okay. What you had with the sister before, you were rivals in love, is what I'm being shown. Like you were, everything was arranged back then. I mean, marriages were arranged. But there was a man who she really, really loved in a past life in India. But unfortunately, the family of the guy wanted you. That's why she was very jealous in that lifetime. And so the repeating dynamic between you guys is jealousy. In this lifetime, it's not about jealousy in a romantic relationship, but it's more about the attention of the parents back when you were younger. Okay, what is I'm going to draw a card for you, Batul. What is Batul trying to learn from this experience? Because what your sister is trying to learn is how to let go of jealousy. But what is in it for you? That's what I'm interested to know. And that's going to be what's more beneficial to you. Okay. Okay. Is that what she's trying to learn from the author? Okay. One. That's this one. Okay. I drew two cards for you, Batul. And the first card that I drew is loneliness. You might feel lonely even though you're with family. And the lesson that you're trying to learn about loneliness is that I know I'm never alone. Like, if you can't find the love in your family, you can find it within yourself or within other people. And the second card that I pulled for you is change. Oh, it's mirrored. The second card that I pulled for you is changed. Is changed. And it says, I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. So something about change and loneliness. Oh, you're trying. Didn't you mention that you were trying to move? A change in a change might be good for you. You don't need to force yourself into a relationship or into a group of people who don't appreciate you as you are. Because really, what I'm getting is a lot of jealousy. Is it something that she can clear? Okay. I'm asking if it's something that you can clear. And I'm getting a no on it. It's more of your sister. This is something that your sister has to go through on her own. How to process the jealousy and trusting in herself. But for you, it's more about setting your boundaries and being comfortable with being yourself and being by yourself if there is a need to. Because all the love that you need is something that you can give also for yourself. Interesting. Oh, Batul is saying she's so jealous and making a lot of struggles. Understand? And yes, thank you so much for reminding everyone to like from both streams. Okay, I think my computer is showing at least the comments. So thank you for your patience, Batul, and for letting me read for you today. And I hope that helps. Okay. Next, I'm looking for Rush 811 and Terry Joyful's questions. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Uh, oh, that's interesting, Annie. Annie is saying, I wonder if humidity is affecting Diane's equipment. I know that your question, Terry Joyful, was about romantic relationship. So you want insight on a romantic relationship. So are you single or in a relationship is what I'm interested in knowing. Okay, single. Thank you. Okay. Single. About in the next 5 years. What is her soul trying to learn during this year? How about in the next? Is this person going to arrive within the next 3 years? Okay. I asked the Akashic Records and your guides if there's a person that might be coming in within the next year. Unfortunately, I didn't get a yes on that. But it is going to, at least with the current energies, it might happen within the next 5 years, which is a bit long. But I'm going to check with the records what is your soul trying to learn from this experience, being single for quite a long time. Let's discard for 10. Okay. But is this more for herself? Okay. Okay. Then can you show me a past life of Teresa that's related to what's happening right now? Okay. How many lifetimes ago was this on Earth? Can you show me the country? Russia. Okay. So for you, Teresa, I'm seeing a lifetime that you had in Russia. Um, and this is another recent one, like 1970s, 1700s or 1870s? 1780. Okay. Around 1780s is what they're showing me. At least that's the year that they're showing me. And in that lifetime, you were in a relationship with a man. You were a woman in that lifetime as well. You were in a relationship, but I'm being shown it didn't end well. Did the person die? No. Did he go off? Oh, and did he ghost her? Pretty much. Okay. The guy was a foreigner, is what I'm being shown. Um, he was a foreigner who was visiting Russia at the time, and you fell in love. So you had a summer fling with a guy, but after that summer, that person ghosted you. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the term ghosting nowadays. But the guy ghosted you. And it really broke your heart in that lifetime because you've put a lot of your hopes in him, a lot of your love. Like the cards that I pulled for you, the first one is love. It's not. Do I have some light in here? Okay. And it's not working, of course. But it says love. I'm just going to read it to you. I commit to the practice of seeing all the good, the good in all things. So you're trying to learn more about love. And the second part is worry. Because in that previous lifetime that you had in Russia, you were so worried about the guy because he just disappeared. You didn't know where he was, where he went, and Just to let you know, this person isn't in your life right now. He didn't incarnate with you in this lifetime, but you worried a lot about him. But he's really just an F boy who was out there for a summer fling. But in your mind, there might have been something that happened to him. Like you couldn't believe that he would leave you like that. Because for you, that love was true. But for that person, it was really just a fling, unfortunately. And so after that lifetime, you incarnated in this one. And what you're trying to learn is how to love yourself and how to not tie yourself up with someone who will just take you for granted. You want to learn about self love? Okay. Where's this the worry part come in? Oh, okay. They're telling me that you're also trying to learn about worry and how, even if you worry, it's not going to change things. It will not change the outcome. So you're trying to redirect that worry, that fear, that anxiety into something else. And that is a challenge for you in this lifetime. What do you transmute it to? What do you transmute the worry to? The pain, the grief of losing someone. I don't know. I hope that helps, Teresa. But yeah, that is the reason that I'm being shown why you chose this period to be single. But I also asked if there is someone possible who's possibly going to come and be in a romantic relationship with you, and I got yes a while ago. Yes, but it's not soon. So try to use this time between meeting that person in the right now, the present, to love yourself a lot more, to pour that love into yourself instead of tying it into someone else. But I hope that helps, Teresa. Thank you so much for your patience, and thank you so much for letting me read for you today. Okay, I see Rush's question. Okay, Teresa is saying this makes a lot of sense. Didn't know I would be single this many years. Thank you. Okay, I hope that works. Okay, it works now. Rush is asking, what past life connection is there between my siblings and me? Two older brothers, 9 and 11 years older to me. Interesting. Okay. Did she have a shared lifetime with both of them at some point? Oh, is it? It's the first time that they're all three of them are together. Okay, did the two brothers have any past lifetimes together? So it's more like three. Okay, but for her, she's had lifetimes with the 9 year old brother before. How about the 11 year older before? Okay. So Rush, what's interesting is that this is your first lifetime where you three are together. And what I mean by that is that you've had lifetimes with each of the brothers, but you didn't have lifetimes together, all three of you. Your brothers also had lifetimes where it's just the two of them, and you didn't incarnate with them. So this is part of your soul group. But I'm feeling light. Are you close with his brothers? Because I don't feel like tightness here. So I feel like this is a good relationship or a better relationship. Ooh, okay. Can you show me a lifetime that she had with the younger brother, the one who's 9 years older than her? Okay. Was the brother her son before? He, Rush is saying, love them from afar these days. No, the relationship is not close. Okay. Who's the boy? Is the boy Rush? Okay, can you show me where the 9-year-old nine-year older brother is? He was an older brother as well. Or was he a father? Father. But he's young. Okay. Then what country is this? Switzerland? Denmark? Denmark. Okay. Well, with the brother who's 9 years older than you, I'm seeing a past lifetime that you had with him. They're telling me Denmark, and it's a pretty peaceful lifetime, at least for you. Like I'm seeing a farm and ship, a lot of ship. Like you were shepherds, and your brother right now was your father back then, but he was very young. I thought it was an older brother in that lifetime as well because he was so young. Like he was in his 20s, and you were already a boy. So he had you. Your parents had you when they were younger. And what I'm being shown is that he didn't know how to be a father to you because he was so young. Um, can you show me more of the dynamic between the two? Okay. His thought back then was that his wife was the one who's supposed to be teaching you because he's the mother. Even though he was a father, he didn't know how to be a father to you. And he's pretty silent. He doesn't talk a lot, is what I'm being shown. I don't know if that's still true to your brother right now. But what I'm being shown is that, like, during meals, you would just sit in silence. He wouldn't ask you as his son, like, how did your day go? Or he just didn't try to get to know you. He was more concerned about earning a living and also with his own thoughts, is what I'm being shown. So he didn't have a lot of interest in you in that lifetime. I don't know if that makes sense, Rush. But for the older brother, okay, it's more of an indifference. It's not close, but I don't feel any resentment that you have with either of them. Okay, can you show me a lifetime she had with the brother? It's the older brother. Was this on Earth? Okay. What I'm being shown with the older brother is not an Earth lifetime. Like I'm seeing Centauri, like somewhere in Alpha Centauri, or something that looks like Alpha Centauri to me. Or they minors? Okay. In that lifetime, the closest to Earth uh, jobs that I'm seeing, you're more like mining minerals. That was your job, or that was the 11-year-old. What the brother's job? Okay, they're correcting me. It was your brother's job to mine. Okay, where was Rush? Another boy. Is this another father-son relationship? It is the dynamic similar with your other brother, because this is another father-son relationship. It's like the job just changed, but the dynamic is still the same. Like there is an indifference. Like they were both more focused on themselves than trying to get to know you. I was Rush trying to learn from this experience, please. Why did they even meet together? Okay, for your brothers, I'm being told it's to try to establish connection with people, because what I'm being told is that they're very distant. Okay, and for you, what you're trying to learn from the experience is forgiveness. And it says, I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. What is she trying to forgive them for? Okay. You're trying to forgive them about the indifference. Like in the past, you harbored resentment for them. Okay, because they were your father in separate lifetimes, and you didn't have any close relationship with them back then. And then you realize that, hey, it doesn't have to be this way. Because you experienced other fathers, other family members who are very much more loving than those two. So you're trying to either forgive or to accept. And you're leaning more towards forgiveness because now you understand that they didn't mean anything ill or anything bad with you. It's just that they were too self absorbed during those lifetimes. Oh, Rush is saying spot on. It's the same dynamic. Really? Okay, good. Sorry. Sometimes I am surprised, but by the dynamics that keep on repeating. But that is what they're showing to me. It's more of an indifference, not because they hate you. And this is something that you are understanding in this lifetime. They didn't hate you, and they don't hate you. It's just that they were more focused on other things. And you don't have to try to have a relationship with them. You don't have to force it to happen. You can just be yourself and love them from afar. So when you mentioned that you were loving them from afar, that's exactly what you're trying to learn. You're doing it. You don't have to overthink it. You're already doing it, Resh. But I hope that helps. I hope learning about your past lives with both of your brothers help. And yeah, thank you so much for letting me read for you today. Okay. Have I? Okay, I think I'm done with all four of the readings. There are fewer readings today, but I very much hope that helps everyone. If you didn't get drawn today, I will be back again on my Thursday. That's your Wednesday for Into the Ether with Linda de Gonzalez. Um, I hope my computer is fixed by then. I'm going to check what's wrong. But if not, then I'll try to use my phone. But yeah, thank you so much, everyone, for your patience with me and with this stream, especially if you're watching the replay to this point. And if you're watching the replay and you got to this point, please type in relationships in the comments. Just to let me know that you've watched this far. So I'm going to close the records now. Let's take a deep centering breath. I would like to close by thanking the masters, teachers, and loved ones for their love and compassion. I would like to close by thanking the Akashic Records for their point of view. And I would like to close by thanking the Divine Source for all the knowledge and healing. The records are now closed, amen. The records are now closed, amen. The records are now closed, amen. Your energy stays with you, and my energy stays with me. You're typing it in the chat. Please type it in the comments later, everyone. Thank you. Okay. So as we wrap up today's episode, I would like to leave you guys with this thought. Um, Not every difficult relationship is a result of unfinished karma or a shared past life. Sometimes it's simply two souls meeting exactly as they are in this lifetime, with different experiences, different wounds, different perspectives, and different lessons to learn. Just like some of the readings that we had today, they did share past lifetimes, but they were learning different things that might not jive together or that might clash. So the Akashic records don't exist to tell us who to blame or to give us like this dramatic story of the past. They just invite us into something much more meaningful, understanding, and trying to understand different perspectives of each person as well, understanding ourselves, understanding others, and understanding what each relationship is asking us to become and asking us to grow into. Whether someone has been walking beside your soul for centuries or entered your life just yesterday, the question isn't always, where have we been together? Sometimes the question, or the more powerful question, is, what am I being invited to learn through this relationship now? Thank you so much, everyone, for spending this time with me. And if this conversation resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. And if you just type in the word relationships in the comments, that would mean a lot. It really helps with the algorithm and it helps the channel grow. Um, so, yeah, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I want to know, have you ever discovered something surprising about a difficult relationship through the Akashic Records or an Akashic Records reading? Until next time, thank you everyone. Stay curious about the soul.